Hi guys and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make muffins, but the beautiful thing about this recipe is that the batter will keep in your fridge for 30 days. Imagine a whole month of having fresh muffins every morning. Not that I think they would last in our house, but it is a great concept that you can have a different kind of muffin every few days. Okay, so let's get cracking. The first thing I'm going to do is beat my sugars and my eggs together. So you need 3 eggs for this recipe. I always use large eggs whenever I'm baking. So if you only have small eggs in the house, you might want to put 1 extra if they're teeny tiny. We're still waiting to see if we get, and we compost our eggshells as well. Still waiting to see if we get any hen's eggs. We haven't had any yet. But people are telling us that it takes about 2 weeks for the hens to readjust to a new location. So here's hoping. So I have caster sugar in here and I have some dark brown sugar in here, soft sugar, which I weighed out this morning and it's not so soft anymore. So, it's taking its time to, there we go, plop in there. I just check how much of each. I have 100 grams of caster sugar and 125 grams of brown sugar, and I'm going to mix these together in my mixer. If you don't have a mixer, you can just do this by hand with a whisk at home. I'm going to beat them until they all come together and then I'll pop back to you. So guys, I have whisked these together until they have changed to a nice, I always find it's hard to pull this off, a caramel kind of colour. I don't know if you can, how am I going to show you this? Just try and use my strength here to pull it off. There we go. Hope you can see in there. See the way it's changed consistency? It's almost like a milkshake. And I'm going to add to that my milk, which I have here. I have 500 mils of milk, and I'm going to add a splash of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 500 mils of milk, and I'm going to add my vegetable oil, which I use sunflower oil. And how much of that do I have? Because I measured it earlier on, I can't remember. 125 mils. So guys, that's whisked up really nicely to look like a milkshake almost. And to that I'm going to add 300 grams of plain flour and 160 grams of wholemeal flour. I have 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda and half a teaspoon of salt. Now the teaspoons of the soda were rounded teaspoons, so that's just a nice, not heaped up on top, not flat, just round. And I have 25 grams of bran in here, okay? I'm going to whisk these all together just to bring them together, and that is our basic batter for our muffins. And that's what you can store in the fridge, and it'll keep for 30 days, for a full month. Can you believe that? So you can now add, you can make them plain like that, or you can add different flavors to make different kinds of muffins. But you basically, each time you pull from this, you take 400 grams of your batter and then add whatever flavorings you want to it. So today, I thought it would be nice if I pulled 400 grams from here, and I'm going to make this a cherry and almond flavoured muffins. So I have my little cherries here. You can use fresh cherries, cut them up into quarters. I'm using little glacé cherries because I don't have any fresh ones. And I cut them in half. You can cut them in quarters as well, but I love my cherries, so I'm going to keep them nice and full like that. So this has come together really nicely. I'm just going to use my spatula just to bring it all together, because sometimes your flour can stick, as you can see what's happening here, the flour can stick along the edges and not get incorporated into the rest of your mixture. So you can see it's quite a moist mixture. It's quite fluid like that. So I'm going to get another bowl in under here, And I'm going to measure out my 400 mils from this while I wreck the place. And I'm going to add my cherries to that. Okay, so let's do 400 mils here and see how much we get. Oh, that's a little bit more than I wanted to add. So I'm just going to pull some back out of here. There we go, that's 400 mils there. And I have a good, probably twice that amount left here. So I'm going to add my cherries in here. And what I did earlier on, I flaked some almonds. Toasted flaked almonds. Sorry, I'm doing too many things. I'm thinking of this bit of dirt here. Anyway, I just put some flaked almonds into a dry pan and I put them on a gentle heat until they change to a nice golden color. So I'm going to pop them in there, and I might just keep back a few to put on the top. Okay, so I'm just going to fold these in gently together like this. And I have my oven preheated to 180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. And I have my muffin tin here with my muffin cases. I invested in some new tins this Christmas, and you fill these up to about 2/3 of the way. I found that my old tins were just more work than they were worth. Everything stuck to the inside of them, and I make so many mince pies every Christmas that I was like, why am I doing this to myself? So I went out and I bought 4 new tins, and these are really lovely tins. I got them in Dunnes Stores. They're the new Nevin Maguire range. So I'm very, very pleased with my new purchase. It's the little things in life that make us happy, isn't it? So that is, I'm going to top these up a little bit more because I think it's really nice when the muffins are kind of jumping out over the top. And this is making a dozen. No, 8, sorry, can't count. This is making 8 of these nice muffins. I'm just going to sprinkle a few of the leftover toasted almonds onto the top. And then I kept back in my pan here, just like that. And that's basically it. Now you can do any variety of flavor. Some of you don't like cherries. I know my cousin Antoinette doesn't like cherries, so I know you won't be making cherry flavored ones. But you could do like apple and maple syrup. The quantity, I'll just put them all down there of the different varieties and the different quantities you should use for different flavors. But this is one of those things that you can just play around with yourself, whatever flavors you like, and just add to it. Okay, so I'm going to pop these in the oven and I will check them. I'm not sure how long I leave them in. I'll check that and I'll write all that up for you in a bit. So here we go, guys. Muffins. They only took 15 minutes. So the guide is 15 to 20 minutes. They haven't risen as much as I would have liked them to have risen. So I'm just going to pop them onto a cooling tray here to let them cool down. Maybe if I had just made 6 instead of 8, then there would have been enough for it to rise up over the top. So you could try that at home. Now let's just have a quick peek in here to see what one of them looks like and tastes like, more to the point. I know it's super hot, it's just out of the oven. I hope it don't burn itself. Oh. They're good. They're good. It has that lovely healthy kind of dimension to it with the wholemeal flour and the brown in there. I just thought I should have put a little bit of almond essence in here as well. That would have given it more of an enhanced almond flavour. Anyway, look, here is my batter for my 30-day muffin batter, and I'm going to pop that into my fridge and just use it whenever I want to use it. Something else I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you've come across these little lids but I think they're fantastic, and they come in a whole different range of sizes, but they're reusable lids. Now there is an in-between size, I just don't know where it is at the moment, but they literally clip on. I wonder, can I show you with something else that I have just not prepared right now, but they seal on tight and then they just flip off and they're reusable. I think they're absolutely brilliant. They're available in Boys shop in Balbuffet, and I think you can get them online there. Anyway, hope you get a chance to enjoy some delicious muffins. It takes about 15-20 minutes in the oven, and play around with your flavors there, and fresh muffins every morning. What more could you want? I know, lifting of lockdown obviously, but anyway, for now we have to make the little things enjoyable. God bless and thanks for watching. See you soon.